Hi guys, this is part 3 of my video. So the first video was when I used my pumps for the ProMarine supplies. Showed you guys how I pumped it out and what system works for me. Second video was how I mix my epoxy. Okay. And my third video is going to be how I apply it. I did this in parts just in case you just want to know one of the things that I do. But if you're interested in the whole thing, I just suggest you watch all 3. I'm not an expert. I just have been doing this and recently been getting really good results. I'm super picky to a fault. I may or may not have cried a couple of times because I didn't get the result that I want. So I'm a little bit picky. So I'm just trying to show you what works for me. This is the cup that I'm gonna do. This already has 2 coats of epoxy, but it kind of doesn't. So basically what I did is I put a coat of epoxy, but my glitter wasn't exactly how I wanted it, so I kind of added glitter as I went along, and I actually really only have 1 coat over both parts right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my third part. So my epoxy between videos has been sitting for maybe like 3 minutes, I would say. And if you look inside, it's pretty clear. It doesn't have very many bubbles at all, okay? I'll be completely honest with you, it doesn't always turn out like this. Sometimes I do have more bubbles, okay? So this I'm super happy with, to be quite honest. And I'm good to go. So I'm going to turn on my little turner. It kind of makes a little bit of noise, but this is Tina. I love her. She's amazing. I bought this turner from Hannah K. Davis, and I love it. It's got 5 independently turning handles, I guess you can say, or cup holders. And I'm just in love with this. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm going to show you what I do when I apply my epoxy, or how I apply my epoxy. This is what works for me. This is the results I've been getting lately. I'm just so thrilled, over the moon. And if I can help one person get a better cup as a result of this, then my day has been made, my week, my month. Because there's nothing better than having a result that you absolutely love. So I've got a little space heater here. I'm not going to turn it on right now because it makes a lot of noise. I'm going to turn it on after. I find that it just helps cure it a little bit faster. Now this, I'm paying a lot more attention to this process right now than I normally would in this coat. My most, I guess, critical coat, or the time that I put the most energy and attention and I baby more, is my final coat. This is not my final coat. The decal will go on top of this, and then I'll put 1 coat, and hopefully that's my only coat after the decal. With other epoxies, I've had to make 2 coats, sometimes even 3, 4, and I won't even go into the embarrassing number that I've done because I'm so picky. If there's a few little imperfections, I will just start over. I know it's crazy. I've probably spent way more money making these than I have made in profit, but sometimes you have to do that to be able to show a really good quality product and continue to get good sales. Anyway, that's just my little note, my side note. So I've put my glove on. I like to do it to apply the epoxy with my glove. Sometimes I use a brush, like a foam brush, and I find that works. I've got a whole bunch of tools coming to me that are silicone. I'll see how they work for me, but right now the finger works well. So why fix what ain't broke? So basically I start off in and I start to apply, usually in one little area, and I start to smooth out, just my finger. Just apply a little bit, just dump and apply. Gently dump and apply. Okay, so I'll usually start on one end of it, like either the bottom or the top, usually the bottom part of it first. Just gently work it. Okay, so it's unfortunate that with this kind of tumbler, you're not, because it's a glitter tumbler, I find it's more forgiving in a way in terms of the way that it looks. If I had like a pure black spray painted tumbler, or even a tumbler that comes in black, like the 30-ounce Aladdins, I have a few of those, you would be able to see a lot more of the imperfections and like the bubbles or whatever. But in this case, it's very hard to see how the epoxy is setting, but you'll have a good idea, I think. Okay, so just go ahead and gently add. And so far, like, I'm dumping this and I'm not seeing very many bubbles at all. I'm pretty pleased with what I see so far. It's going on super smoothly. Okay. I'm pretty happy. Just wait until it turns a little bit more, to put a little bit more on here. And by the way, if you haven't watched the other videos, this is 10 mils of A and 10 mils of part B. Okay, it's pretty smooth. So right now I'm just gonna let it rotate and keep kind of smoothing it. Oh, see this little hair here. Take that out. Okay. I'm going to try to make it as smooth as possible to put the decal on. I do the end here. You see how it's settling really nicely? Like, I'm pleased with what I see. I still have a little bit of epoxy left, so I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more because I want it to be a nice even coat. I don't want to have to apply another one, obviously. Sometimes it's nice to have a few thin coats rather than a big thick coat, but in this case it's thin. It's only 20 mils, and this is I believe it's a 16-ounce, maybe a bit more. Oh no, sorry, it's a 24-ounce. That's right, it's a 24-ounce tumbler. I got these on sale when I first started making tumblers. I only bought 4. They were $5 each at Walmart. They're actually beveled. You can't see it right now because the glitter has filled it in, but they're like a beveled, and it was a copper color. And I did spray paint it white because I'm using white glitter, and I made the mistake once of putting white glitter on a navy blue cup. Never again. I will not do that again because I think I used about half of a a container of white glitter. Like, no joke, like half of it, because it just wouldn't cover the dark color underneath. So I ended up spray painting this one white and then applying my my glitter. And I find that it's got a much better result. It didn't take me that many coats at all. I think it was like two coats, and then I kind of worked this area a little bit. I'm pretty happy with the result. The ombre is pretty good as far as my opinion goes. And now you can see how it's settling. So I'm pretty happy with this. It's going to continue to turn. So if I found that there were bubbles or anything like that, again, your embossing gun, like right now I don't see much of anything, but I can always turn my embossing gun on and just hit it up a little bit if I see any imperfections or anything that's kind of starting to form. But I'm pretty happy so far. Pretty good. So what I'm going to do is when I turn the video off, I'm going to turn my little space heater on, and I'm going to let it go, and I'm going to walk away because I'm tired. I've had a very long day, and I'm going to come back either in a few hours or tomorrow morning, and I'm going to see how it turned out. So I'll post a picture and let you guys know. If you have any questions, let me know. Cheers.